Hey, good morning everyone. Rob here from Southwest Florida Television. Happy Monday. It's pretty breezy out there on the beach this morning. 15-mile-an-hour onshore winds. The wind is coming in from the Gulf this morning, coming in from the west, northwest. That is not a good thing. Onshore winds like this is what brings the red tide back to our beaches. It's going to be windy out there and hard to hear me. So let's take a walk out and see what's going on. Let's see what the beach looks like. Looks pretty rough out there. I can see white caps out in the Gulf. Some pretty good sized waves breaking on shore here. Water is really churned up out here, very muddy looking. Maybe when it calms down in a couple days, there'll be some nice shelling out here. Waves are usually what brings the neat shells up onto the beach. Right now, I don't see any shells out here. The beach is really, really flat and hard, compacted from the tide coming up. See how high the tide came up, all the way up into here. I don't have a good feeling about this wind today. Right now the wind is at my back. Well, it's coming in from the west northwest. When I turn around and start walking up the beach, it is going to be noisy. You're going to hear that wind blowing. Look at those waves out there. Wow. 9 degrees right now. The temperature is going to slowly be dropping throughout the day. Getting a whiff of something here in the air. It doesn't smell exactly like that red tide. It's more of a salty smell, a briny smell. We're an hour and a half away from, or an hour away from low tide here. It is going to be very difficult to see a dolphin out here, or dolphins if they come by. It is very, very rough, obviously. I'm actually surprised we were able to see those two dolphins come by yesterday. When I went back and looked at the video, I was surprised that you could see them in the video right towards the end of yesterday's walk. As you can see, that wind really has the Gulf turned up here. Rain, it keeps rain, the red tide doesn't come back. Oh, there's some nice little waves out there, maybe some 3-footers. Turn into the wind here. You look up the beach. Looking down here on the sandbar, seeing what's washing in. These waves are doing a good job at pushing everything around under my feet. Little sand dollar. There's one little sand dollar down there. Almost washed away, almost washed right out from my fingers there when the waves came in. Like I say, you can find these, they're always out here, these little sand dollars. Make great little souvenirs. Always make sure they're dead. And sadly, most of our sand dollars out here are dead because of the red tide. At a 15-knot wind, 10 to 15-knot wind coming in from the Gulf this morning. The overcast skies, 69 degrees. Temperature's going to be going down instead of up today. We got some much needed rain yesterday afternoon. Not a lot, but every little drop this time of year helps. We're getting into our dry season now. You can hear that wind blowing. Whew. Actually a bit cool. There's a little fighting conch shell. It's got a couple barnacles growing on it. Yeah. A little fighting conch with barnacles. It's like a little teenager with acne. There's a little lightning whelk shell down here. A little chipped up. Got a little hole in it. A little lightning whelk.
Morning, Rob, from
Hey.
Southwest TV.
Good morning. How are you ladies
Anna
today?
From Chicago.
Anna from Chicago.
One of your top fans.
Well, a top fan at
Yes,
that. Awesome.
yes.
Welcome
Good to see
to
you.
windy Naples.
I got my bag of shells.
Oh, is that just from this morning?
Just from this morning, I got a sand dollar in there.
All right.
Most of them are broken.
How
but
long are you here for, Anna?
Just another day. But my goal was to get to the Delnor Wiggins State Park.
Thanks for coming.
And it's beautiful.
You know, it's a shame because usually after these waves settle down,
the dolphins will
the
come out.
dolphins and the shells, they'll bring some shells back up the waves and bring the shells up on the beach.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
Darn
we
it.
might have to make the trip again tomorrow morning before I leave.
All right, hopefully it'll be nicer. Nice meeting you.
bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. Oh, well, thank you. Always great to see some fans out here. Yesterday, I met some fans from Rhode Island just now this morning. 2 fans from Chicago and a top fan in Atlanta. That was great. That is what I do these beach walks for. It's to bring all of you good folks together on social media. That's what these beach walks are about. To keep our friends here in North Naples updated on the water conditions. And then also to bring everybody together on social media in a peaceful environment. No arguing about politics and religion. Just friendly conversations. Talk about the weather. Whatever you want to talk about. Just make sure if you're a first timer here that you introduce yourself. That's what it's all about. Windy and rough morning out here today. We got some sea foam all along the beach here in front of me. That's one of Roy's favorite things to watch is the sea foam when the sun's shining. You can see like little rainbows in the bubbles. Roy would always get a big kick out of that. Here comes some pelicans flying by. See if I can zoom in on them. Down the beach they go. Boy, it's hard holding this gimbal steady. I really don't think we're gonna be able to see any dolphins this morning. It's just too darn rough. Yesterday we were lucky. Just got lucky yesterday afternoon. I don't know when this wind's supposed to die down. Boy, the tide really came up high last night. Came all the way up to here last night. Wow. Actually, it was early in the morning when the tide came up. It's still making its way out right now. The tide's still on its way out. Going to be a bit cooler tomorrow morning, and I believe Thursday they're predicting it to be down in the 40s. Whew. That's a little too cold for me for a beach walk. We'll see what happens. I'd have to come out here in a dry suit. It's probably 68 right now, but there's a heck of a breeze blowing, as you can hear. It's making it feel a lot cooler than 68. Walking up the beach here and see what we find. Here's a piece of a old apple murex shell down here. Missing the back of it. You can actually see inside of it. Old apple murex. One of my favorite little shells. The apple murex. That one's seen better days. Boy, this wind is something else. It is really blowing hard. Really cloudy out too. Boy, the bottom is really uneven here this morning. These waves are really mixing things up. I'm wondering what it's going to look like at low tide here in another hour. Sure, we're losing more beach here with these waves, sadly. Something's making me cough every once in a while out here. Very well could be red tide. It's out there in the Gulf, and this wind is blowing hard in from the Gulf. So it's very possible it's picking it up and tossing it around in the air and bringing it up here to the beach. Just hope it does not wash it onto our beaches. These winds coming in off the Gulf are not what we want. Morning. Go back and look through our videos, my videos, what a difference you're going to see from 3 days ago, 4 days ago to this morning. We went from almost flat, perfectly flat calm water, beautiful blue and blue sky, white clouds, to windy and overcast and really rough. Every morning is different. You never know what it's going to be like out here. Even though it's the same beach that I walk, it's constantly changing. Constantly. My eyes are, I feel a little burn in my eyes too. It's just coming and going. Well, we haven't seen many shells yet this morning. Yesterday I found several little tiny shells, some little boom shells. love to find a darn shark's tooth out here. Not a lot of people out here. Any luck this morning? I don't know how you see them with all these little black rocks.
It's the color and the darkness.
Yeah. To me, everything just blends in.
Yeah, you gotta definitely focus on it.
Right. I see all the shells, not the shark's teeth.
Sooner or later, you will.
I will. One of these days, I'm going to find one. I only found one shark's tooth out here at the beach. I put it in my pocket, and when I got home it wasn't there. There was a darn hole in my pocket. Some people come out here, that's all they do is look for shark's teeth. You can actually get money for those. There's a little pear whelk shell. A little pear whelk. Pretty faded out, but it's still a pear whelk nonetheless. The pear whelks have the openings on the opposite side of a lightning whelk. Little pear whelk, they're a lot smoother and rounder than a lightning whelk. The pear whelk. Birds out here yet this morning, except for pelicans. Haven't seen any birds along the shore. Don't think we are going to be able to see the dolphins this morning. If a dolphin comes by and I spot it, it's going to be a miracle with all these waves. Did see two yesterday. I was amazed that we saw them. When I went back and checked the video, you were able to see them. That was right near the very tail end of yesterday's beach walk. All we saw were their dorsal fins. They were out in the little deeper water and kind of peeking in and out from behind the waves, but we did see 2 dolphins. Always a good sign. We love our dolphins. That makes our day. Very overcast here, as you can see. As we walk back this morning, the tide's going to be lower, so we might find some neat stuff as we're walking back. No guarantees. There's never any guarantees when we're out walking the beach as to what we're going to find or see. But I definitely try. I try to be on the lookout for anything of interest. Gosh, really no shells along here. Piece of a old broken lightning whelk down here. Just a slice of a lightning whelk. What shells are out here are pretty beat up. Pretty beat up. Here's a crown conch down here. That's what's left of a crown conch. You can see the little points on it. That's why they call it a crown conch. This one's all faded. An old crown conch. Still neat though that some of the points are on it. Yeah, it looks like the top. Oh, there's an old murex. Boy, that's a old beat up murex. Might have been a lace murex. But all the shells are pretty beat up right along here. Like I say, we might get lucky on our walk back and find a little something as the tide goes out. Boy, earlier this morning, I got to meet one of our friends from Chicago. Anna was out here, her and her friend, 2 of our Facebook followers visiting. That is so neat when that happens. When I meet people here from all around the world, they stop and say hi, introduce themselves. And I want everybody to make sure they do the same thing in the comments here. Introduce yourself to the group. That's what these beach walks are all about. Bringing people together to talk about whatever they want besides politics and religion. No politics. There is enough. There's plenty other posts and groups that can talk about politics. Here we like to, a lot of people like to talk about the weather. A lot of people are jealous of us Floridians down here this time of year. Very, very different morning. A big change. A big change over the past 4 days, 5 days. If you go back and look at my photos and videos, big change in the conditions here. Today it kind of looks like winter. Wish the sun would pop out for a little while. Doesn't look like it's gonna happen. Morning. Getting a little blue sky. If you like these beach walks, please tell your friends. Make sure to like and follow Southwest Florida Television. And while you're doing that, be sure to like and follow Nonstop Naples. Nonstop Naples. You're going to see me popping up on there once in a while live at different places around town here in Naples. So be sure to like and follow Nonstop Naples. Just saw a fighting conch down here. Little Florida fighting conch shell. Washing up in the waves. Ooh. Is that a limpet shell? I'm not sure. But there's a little Florida fighting conch. Very popular little shell here on our beaches. The Florida fighting conch shell. Hey, there's a little turkey wing down there. For those of you that have never seen a turkey wing shell, there's a turkey wing. Should be rather obvious why they call it a turkey wing. Piece of finger coral down here, finger coral. Boy, all the little shells that I was finding yesterday have all been washed off the beach up here today. Little piece of worm rock down here. You can always find some worm rock. Find big pieces, little pieces. That's neat looking at that worm rock. All the little worm tubes. Roy's pine trees back here. One of these days our buddy will be back out here with me, good old Roy. Sitting under the trees, having our chats. I miss those morning chats with Roy. There's another little turkey wing shell, another little turkey wing. I have never found a whole one of these. Never found one with both sides. The turkey wing. A nice little conch shell. A nice little fighting conch. That's a nice little baby fighting conch. Ooh, there's a really nice one down here. Look at that. Two nice little fighting conch shells. Little babies, and down there a little baby lightning whelk. I just saw it. Where did it go? Come on, before a wave comes in. I just saw a little lightning whelk. That's amazing how you see something and you turn your head and you lose it. Darn it. I wanted to find it before the waves came in. There it is. Little tiny baby lightning whelk. Kind of chipped up a little bit and faded out. Still a little baby lightning whelk nonetheless. This little olive shell there on the left. Two little conchs and an olive shell. Lots of little worm shells, little worm tips down here. Well, there was a whole pile of them, and the wave just came in and pulled them all back into the water. That's what I mean. Things just constantly change here, constantly. with each little wave, you find something new. Well, look at all these little worm tips. Just piles of them down here. I could just probably pick up 50 of them right down here. All these little worm shells. Hey, one of our good friends, Scott Magyar, needs your prayers. Our good friend Scott Magyar could use your prayers right now. Scott and Linda, she can use your prayers as well, his wife. Just keep them in your thoughts and prayers, that's all I'm going to say. That's one of the things we do. If a friend needs prayers, please ask for them here. I'm just thinking of all these little tiny shells. This is looks like a piece of an old tulip shell here. An old tulip. I think a little moon shell just washed up on the beach. Let me check it out here. Yep. A little baby moon shell. It is just amazing how with every little wave, something else gets washed up on the beach or exposed from under the sand. People just walk too fast when they're shelling. I do that myself. I move along way too fast. There's the top of a lightning whelk. There's an old broken moon shell over here. Little cockle shell buried in the sand. There's a little murex buried in the sand. Nice little, old little murex. Still all in one piece though. Little baby murex. Next to it, a neat looking little slipper shell. Gotta stand up and stretch my back, straighten my back out, give you a look around here. Pretty rough out here in the Gulf this morning. Got an onshore wind this morning, which is not good as far as for the red tide. That onshore wind is what blows the red tide back into our beaches. Hopefully that won't happen. Keeping our fingers crossed that that doesn't happen. Another beautiful little fighting conch shell down here. So cool. These little shells are beautiful. People are always out looking for the big monsters. I get just as much enjoyment finding the big ones as I do the little ones out here. There's another little lightning whelk, a couple of them over here. Actually, one is, oh, this is a good, the lightning whelk's pretty busted up, but they'll still let me show you the difference here. When you find a lightning whelk, the lightning whelk is over on the right. That's a really old, worn one. And that's a pear whelk on the left. See how they have the openings? It's hard to tell with the lightning whelk. It looks like it has an opening all over, but the opening's right there. See how the openings are on opposite sides? That's how you tell the pear whelk from the lightning whelk. Nice little pear whelk there. I'll keep it. I'll keep that little pear whelk. Go up the beach just a little farther here, then we'll turn around. The tide is definitely going out now, so we might find something else as we walk back down the beach, something that we missed. Beautiful cockle shell. Beautiful cockle shell here. Half of a cockle shell, half of a cockle. No cockle inside. We do find live cockles out here on the beach. I haven't seen any yet this morning. I usually find them out on the sandbars. Little live cockle shells. There's another cockle shell. So there you go, a couple of cockles. A handful of cockles. I hope you enjoy this morning's beach walk. I hope you enjoyed tagging along here. Make sure you let everybody know where you're watching from, what the temperature is if you're up north, where you are. Got a lot of friends from the Midwest here. Remember, nobody pays me to come out here and do these beach walks. The main purpose of coming out here is to keep everybody informed about the water conditions up here in North Naples. Right now, it's kind of sketchy just because we have the winds blowing in from the Gulf. We're hoping the red tide doesn't blow back in on our beach. Very rough out there today. More tomorrow. Then the second purpose of these beach walks is just to bring everybody together in a non-threatening environment, is what I like to call it. A non-threatening environment where you can just be yourself. But do get involved in the conversations here in the comments. That's what social media is for. And if you want to make a little contribution or a donation, it's always appreciated. Once in a while, somebody will send a little something. I always post a link to my PayPal account in the description of these posts. Every little bit helps, believe me. Use that money to pay the phone bill here. It's one of the things I do. And believe me, I'm not getting rich off of these beach walks. People think, oh, you're making tons of money. That is far, far, far from the case. I'm just a poor working guy living in an expensive neighborhood. Naples is a very, very expensive place to live, but beautiful. With beauty comes a price, as always. Is that a live, maybe a little live cockle shell over here on the beach? Nope. Big piece, a piece of worm rock that looks like a cockle shell. I always like picking up a cockle, a live cockle, and showing everybody the little heart. When you turn the cockle shell on its side, when you hold it on its end, it makes a little heart. I'm not seeing any out here this morning, boy. Maybe as we walk back at the lower, when the tide is lower. Another turkey wing down here. It's a little bigger than the ones we saw earlier. A little bigger turkey wing shell. Feels like the wind's starting to die down. That's a good thing. That is a good thing. Earlier it was really blowing hard. Up to 15 knots, I believe, is what the wind was blowing earlier this morning. It has definitely died down. Just keeping my eyes open here, panning back and forth here, scanning the beach the best I can while I'm walking. Let's see if anything catches my eye here. Let's see what catches my eye. Mostly all old clam shells. They're not very interesting. Waves out there this morning. Part of a pen shell.
It is?
It's called a pen shell. Yep.
No, it's an actual.
Yeah, they're a lot bigger. They're about this big.
Really?
Yeah, they look like big leaves. They're very fragile.
Oh my God,
And
that's
that's just a sliver one. Yeah, they
It's iridescent.
yeah. People actually take these and they cut little pieces of them. You know, they cut pieces and make earrings. Yeah, yeah. I mean, they're beautiful when you
They are. They have
the way they reflect. Yep.
I thought it was part of a fish.
Nope, that's a part of a shell.
Yeah, it could be a pendant.
Yep. Oh yeah, they make beautiful jewelry out of these.
Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, those pen shells can be gorgeous. when you find the right ones. Usually you find them, they're just all ugly and brown and full of barnacles. Pieces like that, though, are fantastic. Well, we're getting up here to the end of the road. I don't think I'm going to walk up to the end of the beach up to Wiggins Pass this morning. Still lots of little shells down here, but the waves still making their way up here once in a while. There's a little, beautiful little scallop shell down there. Beautiful little scallop. You can find some nice little scallop shells on the beach. Every once in a while you'll find a big one. Got some sun out here, finally. Nice. I don't know how long it's going to be around. A little bit of sun making an appearance. More clouds, though. Looks like coming in off the Gulf. What a difference the sun makes. Good morning. Really hard to see the color of the water when the sun's not out. Up to the north here, this is looking out into the west, out into the Gulf. Stand around to the north. Remember when I was out here last week and the waves were pounding all the way up here to the trees? It's because it was high tide. So now at low tide, we have a little beach up here that we can walk on. Boy, these sandbars are empty. Nothing out here on these sandbars. Flat as... Wow. Well, usually we find some neat stuff out here. These waves are just washing everything off the beach this morning. Right in here I found a couple little shells earlier this morning. Not much of anything. Not finding much of anything out here today. Don't care though, still beautiful. Still beautiful. Whether I find shells, see dolphins, it's always beautiful coming out to the beach in the morning. Finding the shells and seeing the dolphins, that's just the icing on the cake. Looks like a little nutmeg. A piece of a nutmeg shell. Oh well. Maybe there's something up here. Boy, oh boy. Where's all the big, beautiful shells? Or the little, beautiful shells? Piece of a sand dollar there. There's a little piece of a little tiny baby lightning whelk, a broken one. Piece of a broken sand dollar over here. Just an edge of it. Just a little chip of a sand dollar. Gotta look close. When I find these little piles of little tiny shells like this, that's where I find some neat little babies. Oh, thought I found a little baby moon shell, but nope. Piece of one. Just a piece of one. I'm gonna keep looking. A little shark eye. Old broken tulip. We saw this earlier, this broken banded tulip shell. Chipped up on the edge there. Would have been a great little shell. Another broken shark eye or moon shell over here.
Well, she says that because...
A little fighting conch.
that over and over again. I'll have to
Well, we'll just keep moving down the beach and keep our fingers crossed. We're gonna get some sun. Hey, nice sand dollar. Nice sand dollar there. Yeah, there's Bill. Out for his morning walk, collecting sand dollars. So you're getting into sand dollars now?
No, sand dollars.
What else? A knife?
Fishing.
Nice knife.
Fishing lures.
Fishing lures.
What else we got in there?
Ha!
All kinds of goodies.
Nice sand dollars. Nice knife.
Yeah.
Roy'd be tickled pink if he found that. Some bait, a rubber shrimp. You find everything out here. How about shark's teeth?
Not this morning.
Ah, no shark's teeth. Darn.
It looks like a decent knife.
That is a nice little knife.
Rapula or something.
Yeah, that's a nice little find.
Never know.
You never know what you're gonna find out here. I'm still waiting for that mermaid.
The way it looks, you can find that too.
Yeah, there you go. She might wash up.
There's luck.
Not much of anything up there this morning.
No, there's not a lot. Picked up last night.
Yeah, these waves kind of washed everything away.
Well, there's always something.
You got it. See you later. Well, there you go, folks. You find anything out here. A rubber shrimp, a fishing knife. Phil is finding some nice sand dollars out here. Ooh, a little bit of sunlight. A little bit of sunlight. Love it. Love it, love it. Now we can take a look up the beach there with the sun lighting up the beach. Beautiful, look at that. Absolutely beautiful. That is a beautiful view there, folks. One of my favorites. Boy, enjoy that sunlight while it's out. Oh, what a difference. What a difference a little sunlight makes. Water is definitely churned up here from these waves. That reflection. A lot of sea foam up here in Area 4. The wind has died down a bit. That's a good thing. See the sea foam up here. Roy would always love watching this foam here on the beach. See like little rainbows in the bubbles when you look close at it. You can see little rainbows in the bubbles. Roy would stand along the beach and just stare at that. I just found it so beautiful and amazing. Oh, we got a nice big patch of blue sky now over us. The sun's gonna be out for a little while. Loving it. Get closer to the waves there. Pretty good rollers out there. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. If you enjoy my videos, please hit that share button. What a big difference, huh? From when we first came out this morning. Absolutely gorgeous. Now that sun's coming up. That sun came out from behind the clouds. I'm up in Area 4 at Del Norwiggins Pass State Park in North Naples, Florida, on a beautiful Monday morning. Hey, if you enjoy these beach walks, Remember, nobody pays me to come out and do this. I enjoy doing it. I love bringing everybody together here on social media. I also come out here to keep everybody informed of what's going on with the water conditions out here. Right now we're hoping the red tide doesn't come back. As you see, we have these waves, which means we have an onshore wind. That red tide is always lurking out there in the Gulf right now, and we're hoping this wind doesn't bring the red tide back on shore. Let's pray that doesn't happen. We have had enough of that red tide. If you do enjoy these beach walks and you're feeling generous, if you want to make a little contribution, it's always welcome. I appreciate every dime I get. It always comes in handy. I always include the link to my PayPal account in the description of these posts. So to those of you that sent a little something, thank you. If you're thinking about sending something, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I'm going to sign off here. I want to thank everyone for watching this morning. Beautiful Monday morning. Happy Monday, everybody. Again, be sure to tell your friends about Southwest Florida Television. Have a wonderful day. For Southwest Florida Television, I'm Robb Stan. God bless. How are you doing today? Hi.
I found one.
You found which one?
Shark tooth.
You found a shark's.
Finally found.
All right.
I'm the guy from Rhode Island.
Yeah. You found a shark's tooth out here. I'm mad. I never find them.
Just a little one, but
Congratulations. Great souvenir.
yeah.
So you find a shark's tooth. I never find them.
But thank you for what you do.
Well, thank you for watching.
Every day up in Rhode Island.
And thanks for taking my shark's tooth away.
I had more, I'd give it to you.
Have a great day. More fans. I love it. I love meeting followers out here on the beach. That is so awesome. I was just signing off. That was so cool. And of course, he finds a shark's tooth. And I never find them. Oh, absolutely wonderful. Well, again, have a wonderful Monday. For Southwest Florida Television, I'm Robb Stan. God bless.